tears in my eyes. Mirror says I'm more than fine. Got the fam, got the fight, got the fire. Gonna rise like the sun, climbing higher. Sarah V, living abundantly. With free Sarah V, living abundantly.
I'm Sarah V, and you're watching Living Abundantly. Welcome to Living Abundantly with Sarah V. I'm your host and your friend, Sarah V, and I am so grateful you're here with me. I am so thrilled. We are now celebrating season number 2. This show is all about possibility, about reinventing yourself, embracing change, and living with purpose. Each guest who joins us shares a story that proves you are never too old and it's never too late to begin again. As a 3-time best-selling author and founder of the Living Abundantly movement, my mission is to inspire you to live fully, fearlessly, and from the heart. And remember, if I can do it, so can you. So let's start the show with some true inspiration. Mitch Albom is a best-selling author, journalist, broadcaster, and philanthropist whose books have sold over 40 million copies worldwide. Best known for the timeless classic, Tuesdays with Mari. He's also the voice behind beloved titles like The 5 People You Meet in Heaven and Finding Chica. His newest novel, Twice, I am a huge fan of it, asks the provocative question, what if we got to do everything in our life twice? Welcome to the show. This is such an honor. And I have to tell you, I am a huge fan.
Well, that's very kind of you, Sarah. Thank you very much.
And on this show, we talk a lot about living abundantly, seeing life as full of possibility, even when we're faced with loss or regret. I mean, your books have always carried that spirit, Mitch. And now with Twice, you're exploring love and the idea of second chances. What would you say inspired you to explore love and second chances in Twice, and how does it reflect your personal journey?
Well, what inspired me is the whole concept of the grass being greener. You know, especially as you get older, you meet people who have a lot of regrets about their life. I should have married this one. I should have taken this job. I should have moved here. So I said, well, why don't I write a novel about a guy who actually has the power to do that? So Alfie in the book finds out when he's a kid that he has the magical ability to do anything in his life again, twice, but he has to live with the consequences of the second try. He can't switch back. So whatever happens the second time, he's stuck with. And he goes through his teenage years kind of fixing his embarrassments and his adolescent mistakes. And then when he becomes a man, he discovers that there's one caveat to the power. It doesn't work with love. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. If someone truly loves you and you decide you're going to go try somebody else and go back in time and switch up, then that first person can never love you again. They'll be in the world, you can talk to them, but they can never feel the same way. And when he meets with a woman he thinks is perfect for him in the years past, then he gets tempted, something happens, and he has to make a very fateful decision about his power. And there's reasons that I wrote both about the second chances and about love being the exception.
So at the heart of so many of your stories is a reminder that life always offers us more, a chance to begin again, to choose differently, and I would have to add, to love more deeply. You know, I really feel like that's a message that people are really hungry for, especially now. So why do you think the idea of second chances resonates so strongly with your readers?
Well, because not just my readers, but I think most people, unfortunately, are fairly unhappy with their lives and they have a lot of regrets. But I think some of that may be the way that they're looking at it, because, you know, a second chance, we all have a second chance. It's called the next minute of our lives. And everything that has led up to this moment informs us about the decision we're going to make. So you don't need a magical power to go back and fix things, because quite frankly, as a character says to Alfie in the book, when he asks, how come I only get one chance to go back? And she says to him, if you kept getting second chances, you'd never learn a damn thing. And that's the truth. If we could just go fix every embarrassment, fix every move we make, we'd never worry about the consequences of anything, because we just go do anything we felt like and then say, now I'll just go back and erase it. But if you make a mistake, you make a bad decision, and you learn from that decision and you grow from it, then you are a different person now, only as a result of the mistake that you made or the move that you made the first time around. So when people ask me, well, is there anything that you would do to change? This is, the questions I get a lot with this book. I say, sure, I can think of several dozen things I would like to snap and have not have happened, but not if you said to me I had to surrender what I learned from them or surrender how I've changed as a result of them. Then I would say no thank you, because I wouldn't have evolved. I'd be a totally different person.
And oh my gosh, I hear that the film rights for Twice have already been sold to Netflix, with Paul Weitz set to direct. How does it feel to see your story again brought to life on screen? And what are you most excited about for this adaptation?
Well, it was weird because Netflix bought the film rights and got Paul and started on it before the book even came out. So, I was kind of wondering at first how they even got a copy of it. But I've had this experience. I'm very fortunate to have had movies made of my work. And when you go from something that's in your imagination and then you show up one day at a set and it looks just like you imagined it, only they were just, and you say, wait, it started in here and somebody read something and they built it and it looks exactly like I thought it would look. It's pretty magical. So I'm looking forward to that experience.
Amazing. So before we wrap here, if you could give one piece of abundant advice to someone seeking, a second chance in life, what would you say that would be?
Do the math of what life really is. There are 525,600 minutes in a year. And you think of what you can do in a minute. A phone call to somebody who you haven't talked to in a while, a single act of kindness to somebody. You get 525,600 chances to do that in a single year. Just take some of those minutes and do something positive like that, and you realize that you do have a second chance. It's in all those minutes. It's in those 525,600 minutes. Every one of those is your second chance, because you're taking everything that you've learned, even the bad stuff, and you're applying it to something good going forward.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It has been an absolute honor to have you here. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, Sarah. Thanks for talking to me.
Stay with us. We will be right back.
I love to talk about this because it's easy, it's affordable, anyone can do it. So I call myself Basic Betty sometimes.
Oh,
I want to
Basic
make
Betty,
it really
yeah.
easy, okay?
Yeah.
So you already have a skincare
Why I
routine.
did this book, because I took a lot of flack from my family about it. I don't know, maybe I didn't fully realize how dangerous this was going to be.
Right.
Because, I did many ride-alongs. I spent a lot of time from taking a gang down to maybe a dozen ride-alongs or 15 ride-alongs, all in the middle of the night, all of them in the worst neighborhoods, just to get the picture clear.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just felt like something had to be done. I need to get a better idea what's going on here.
Right. All energy carries a vibration, and that vibration goes out into the universe and then comes back to us. And that's the results and the experiences that we have in our lives. That's based on law of attraction.
My next guest transformed from a small Mississippi town to the national spotlight. Leticia Pearson has built a life rooted in purpose and empowerment. An entrepreneur, certified life coach, motivational speaker, and star of OWN's Bell Collective. After starting her career as a paralegal, she founded Women's Brunch Mississippi, a statewide network for female entrepreneurs. She continues to lead with confidence, compassion, and my favorite word, authenticity. So welcome to the show, Leticia.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me. It is an honor. Thank you.
Yes.
And I have to say again, you are absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
So thank
well, I love having guests like
you.
you.
Yes, honey. Yes.
So I'm just going to jump right in
Mhm.
because I hear it's, you're 6 seasons in.
Mhm.
And Bell Collect, yes, let's give a
Mhm.
little celebration
Yes.
clap. Bell Collective is really still turning heads,
Mhm.
which I love. Can you talk a little bit about the inspiring series and what would you say makes this season, a little
Mhm.
bit different?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for
You're
asking.
welcome.
Veil Collective is built based on a sisterhood. It's based on just female entrepreneurs down in the South navigating through friendships. We're all successful entrepreneurs, of course, through our businesses and our personal lives. So the stories for me, each season, there's inspiration in it, and
Yes.
it keeps getting better and better and better and better. And this season is no different. I mean, right now you will see, again, us doing the same thing, navigating and just really being an inspiration to women, just not down south, but across the world,
Across the world.
globally. And,
Yes.
it's just amazing. I'm so grateful. I feel like every day I wake up, I'm walking and I know that I'm walking in a moment of manifestation.
So incredible. What inspired you to turn your business into, I'm going to add, a hit TV show?
Yes.
So what was the inspiration that changed that?
Collaboration over competition for one, and then two, to change the stereotype of what people believe the South is, what Mississippi is. That we are really doing some amazing things. We're really
Yes.
down there getting to business. I know when you think of it, you think of cows and horses. We have all that too, which is beautiful. But at the same time,
Yeah.
we're really down there making boss moves, and I wanted to change that stereotype.
I love that. So I'm going to ask because
No,
this is a dream, but
no.
what was it like pitching to OWN, the OWN network, Oprah?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
So first, let's just back up. Carlos King, who is the executive producer of Bell Collective and the CEO of Kingdom Reign Entertainment, he
Yes.
had an open slot available. He was accepting new ideas.
Yes.
So at the same time, I did not pitch myself, but I
Mhm.
wanted to showcase the women who have been attending my brunches, women who they have like gifts, they have passions, they have talents, and I wanted to put them on a national scale. So he opened up on a
Mhm.
submission, and I'm this type of girl. I shoot my shot. I believe in frequency. I believe in law of attraction, and I shot my shot. And we hopped on a
Yes.
call, and it's been downhill from uphill,
Uphill.
uphill from
Uphill.
there.
Oh yeah.
hmm
I love that.
So I
So,
thank you, Carlos.
oh my gosh. So, you build a platform,
hmm
I would say that definitely uplifts
hmm
and supports Black women in business,
hmm
celebrating camaraderie, over competition. I love that because
hmm
we're all in it together. What was there a pivotal moment that inspired you to really dedicate yourself to helping women rise together? And we do. We all need to rise
hmm
together. Was there like a pivotal point there?
Well, Sarah, for me, that's always been in me. I've been that girl who I'm gonna sit with the girl on the bus that no one wants to sit with.
Hmm.
If you tell me you have a flaw, I'm gonna pacify it and make it beautiful. So I've
Yes.
just always been that girl. I just didn't have a business name to it. And when I launched Women Brunch Mississippi, I'm a supply demand type of person, and we did
Yes.
not have brunching and boots and all of this stuff at that time. So I launched that, and I said, you know what, we need a platform here in Mississippi and get out of this crab in a barrel mentality where women can
Yes.
actually we can come together and we can support each other and say, how can I help you
Yes.
and how can you help me? And I just believe if you can inspire one, we're all here to serve. If you can
Yes.
inspire one, you've accomplished a lot.
Oh my gosh, and I know your life has really been rooted in authenticity and
hmm
purpose. So, what advice would you give women and men,
hmm
maybe,
hmm
who want to stay true to themselves while chasing their dreams?
I always like to say this affirmation, and I like to say it too, and I say it all the time. I love to say that life is happening for me and not to
Yes,
me, and that I'm
yes.
uniquely and wonderfully made.
Amen.
And I think
Yes.
that if there's something that you want to do, stay true to yourself. Don't
Mm,
worry about who's going to support you as long as you
mm,
believe in you,
mm.
and just go for it. And as Nike say, just do
Just
it.
do it.
Just be
Yes.
yourself and be okay, and know and understand that
Oh,
no one can do you like you can do you, and you
yes.
can't do anyone else like they do them.
And we all have that torch inside of
Yep.
us that we're
hmm
ready to light the world.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
gosh. So
yes.
your story is so inspiring to me, but I am dying to know what your abundant word that best describes, your life and your
Mm,
movement. Not to
mm.
put you on the spot
No,
or
no,
anything,
no,
but
no, 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 no. So many.
You can do a phrase if you
Yeah,
want as
like
well.
so many. What inspires me most is just I understand my purpose.
Yes. So
I understand my purpose. I understand and I know why I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And I'm here
Yes.
to help other people become the best version of themselves. So
Mm.
for me, I would just say my word in this life and what I will leave to this life and what I owe to my son and the generations behind me in Mississippi
Yes.
to move in purpose.
Mm.
Yes.
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 I love that.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for sharing your incredible story
Thank
with
you.
us. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me and
Oh my
keep doing
gosh.
what you're doing. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah, you're welcome. And we will be right back right after the break.
I had an abundant word today, and that word is purpose. When you know what your purpose is and you're not operating in your purpose, I like to say you're selfish. Whatever your purpose is, it's time to move in it. It's time to get activated and keep doing what you know that you are meant to do. Otherwise, you selfish, boo. My word is purpose.
My next guest today believes healing doesn't have to hurt, and I could not agree more. Christine Genevies is a true visionary in holistic health, empowering healers and healthcare professionals to care for themselves as deeply as they care for others. She's the creator of the groundbreaking Soul Intelligent Method, a powerful approach to release trauma and restore energy without reliving the pain. Christine teaches others how to integrate this method into their own work, creating a ripple effect of healing that's transforming lives and redefining wellness on every level: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. Oh my gosh, welcome to the show. You are speaking my language.
I am so delighted to be here. Thank
Oh,
you so much
it's
for having
it's
me.
a pleasure to have you here. So you've built something, I would have to say, truly transformative with your soul intelligence method. A whole new way, I would say, of looking at healing energy. So can you just explain to us what that really means and what it's all about?
Absolutely. Well, it's founded in science, and I think that's the biggest part, right?
Yes,
So that people can
yes,
get it. So we all remember probably back to elementary school that we're all protons, neutrons, electrons
yes,
vibrating in this
yes,
electromagnetic field, right?
right.
So everybody and everything is energy. But I think we forget that because we're physical, we're corporal, and we feel
Yes.
separate. But everything is energy and frequency. Even
Oh,
Einstein, right,
yes,
said the future of
yes,
medicine is frequency. Well, it's really
yes,
here. We're
yes.
using energy and frequency
Mm,
to actually heal cancer cells. So this isn't woo-woo, right?
yes,
This is definitely grounded. So
yeah,
the method's founded in bioenergetics,
yes.
and that was documented in the 1950s by Dr. Alexander Lowen.
Hmm.
And basically, to me, it's common sense. If physically you're not feeling well, mentally and emotionally, you're probably not doing so hot either, right?
Hmm. Yes,
So,
yes.
what my method does is it allows me to figure out what the underlying root cause is to the dis-ease or the dissonance or the dysfunction in the body.
Yes. Hallelujah. Because our bodies, I'm going to say, our
Mhm.
bodies are so abundant, and they're always, if we're listening, they're always trying to tell us something. I love this whole approach. I'm all about this with my show too, about
Yes.
abundance. And it's a really refreshing approach to healing, I would have to say. So how do these principles, actually guide the transformation process? And what kind of shift do people tend to notice, first within themselves?
Well, the root cause of like any underlying condition that we have is trapped energy. So when
Hmm.
energy is no longer in motion, that's when it pools in the body and it causes the dis-ease, the dysfunction, or the dissonance in the frequency. So energy in motion is emotion.
Yes.
And if you think about
Yes.
it, when you and I were coming up,
Mhm.
we were told there is no emotion. You're not allowed to show
Oh,
emotion
yeah.
in business. You got to stuff it
English
down.
mother. Oh, yeah.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually what magnetizes things to us. So when you
Mm.
talk about abundance, right,
Mhm.
there's two parts to the electromagnetic field. The
Yes.
electric part, right,
Yeah.
is the intuition, the idea, the spark, the masculine part.
Yes.
But the feminine part, what magnetizes things to you is emotion. And
Yes.
that's what gets trapped in the body. And so that's what we have to move out of the body. So what my
Yes.
method does
Yes. Music to my ears. Yes.
What my method does
Yeah.
is gets in to our subconscious mind where all of that trauma is stored. Okay.
Yes,
That's where
yes.
we keep our self-limiting beliefs, right? The
Yes.
trapped energies,
Oh,
emotions,
yeah.
and thoughts, the
Yes.
old patterns, the
Yes.
archetypes, the things that hold us back from living our most fulfilled,
Mhm,
abundant life.
Yes. So, you mentioned a lot about the SQ,
Mhm.
which, really intrigues me. Can you explain, what that means and share what you have found most rewarding about, leading people through that journey?
Absolutely. So I think we can all relate to IQ, right?
Yes.
And we have this 2-foot magnetic, electromagnetic field around our brain. We do all that strategizing, thinking, calculating up there, our conscious mind. But the subconscious mind's what's really running the show. And that's where all of our emotions are,
Mm.
right? So that's like I said, the magnetic part or the feminine part.
Yes.
So what soul intelligence is really tapping into that inner knowing. And it is when you are in full alignment with your mission, your vision, your values, and your purpose, right?
Yes.
And you feel like you're part of something greater than yourself.
Yes.
So it's allowing getting quiet enough in today's world
And
to
I
hear
think
those
that's
messages.
the key, that we're
Mhm.
all so busy in our minds. But your work feels more like something more than healing.
Mm.
So it's I'm going to call it a movement toward a new way of living and connecting. So what impact do you hope soul intelligence has on our world? Because we're all changing our world with our light.
Well, I would like to see this in wellness centers across the country. I currently work in the field of functional medicine and work
Yes.
with doctors that get to the root cause of illnesses, right? So once we pull that
Yes.
stuck energy out of the body,
Mhm.
then sometimes the body needs help healing. So
Yes.
working, with a nutraceutical company,
Oh,
helping to heal naturally
yeah.
and give the body what it needs to recover, that together helps us heal physically, mentally, emotionally,
So
energetically.
I'm just going to add this. So do you feel any kind of resistance from the actual doctors that, you work with this approach?
What's really cool is because functional medicine and integrative medicine treats the whole person, right?
Yes.
And they're trying to heal you holistically on all
Yes.
levels.
Yes.
They're much more open to different
Are
things
they?
like red light therapy and,
Mhm.
making sure that we use nutrition and nutraceutical supplementation to help the body heal.
Yeah.
So they're understanding that 95% of the people they see are being treated for chronic conditions, things that just won't heal. Well, it won't heal because we haven't released what's holding it trapped in the body yet.
Before we wrap here, I always like to ask one last question.
Absolutely.
What would you say is one abundant word that best describes someone's life that follows your soul intelligence?
I would say aligned.
Aligned. Yes.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, in alignment with
Yes.
the best version of who they are.
I love that because when we are all aligned in every area of our life, that's when we are whole and authentic. So, my goodness, this is so wonderful. And I'm so happy that you came in and to share this with us today.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm excited. I had a huge week in New York City. I had a book
Yes.
tour.
Nice.
Had a Times Square billboard. I mean,
Oh,
that was something.
yes, I love
So
it.
to see your work, in Times Square, originally
Oh,
being from New
yes.
York City, was pretty heartwarming.
Believe in what you do. Well, thank you so much for joining me
Thank
today.
you.
We have more wonderful guests coming up after the break, so stay tuned.
Yes, yes, yes. Excellent.
All right, now both of you look back here. Yep, and lean in.
Beatrice. So she was on the cover of this magazine.
I've seen her.
She's a psychologist and a happiness coach. She lives here in the city.
Okay, I've seen her.
So we went to the magazine cafe
Oh.
and we took pictures of the magazine there because I have a 3-page spread and she was on the cover.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Like a little
power couple.
Yes, it was so fun. So we were like, oh, let's do it. So yeah, it was so fun.
Look at those
Isn't that
pictures
great?
of you.
These are from Sedona.
Sedona's so wonderful.
So that's where I did in another shoot.
Oh my god.
But that's like my jam. I love being in that.
These are gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah. Really fun.
These are great photos.
That's
what I tried to tell her, like
very photogenic. Very photogenic. Yes.
Her spread versus, I mean, the rest of them in there. It's like they really captured her energy. It's
Yeah.
the craziest.
Yeah. So that was really kind of fun.
Very photogenic.
Well, you know,
great photos in Times Square.
It was 46 and 7.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Basically over
Pele store, the soccer store.
Oh, did you release the book? Or you're on your book tour right now?
I am. I released it about a year ago.
Okay.
But just, now I'm really getting into like the promotion and inspiring people to take the course and, really moving it forward.
That's so great. Congratulations.
My name is Christine Genovese. I am the creator of the Soul Intelligence Method. I've written this book called Healing Through Soul Intelligence, and I'm also known as the Spiritual Gangster. My abundant word is alignment, and I feel like people are really in touch with their soul intelligence when they are in full alignment with who they truly are, with their mission, their vision, their values, their purpose, and they feel like they're a part of something greater than themselves.
I'm on the edge of my seat, literally. I am such a fan of my next guest. Taylor Dayne is an American pop icon whose career spans over 3 decades. She rose to fame with her 1987 debut, Tell It to My Heart, one of my favorites, and scored 17th top 20 hits, including Love Will Lead You Back and I'll Always Love You. She has sold over 75 million records worldwide. Her growth as an artist was strengthened by the birth of her twins in 2002, which deepened her voice and fueled her advocacy as a single mother for working women, LGBTQ+ rights, parenting, and fertility. Her 2016 TED Woman Talk opened doors to speaking engagements and inspired her memoir. She continues to release music, perform, and inspire audiences globally. I'm just going to say, with my heart thumping out of my chest, wow, welcome to the show, Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, your music definitely dates me, as the Walkmans do as well. But it's incredible to be celebrating 35 years of Tell It to My Heart, a song that touched generations and defined an era.
Yeah.
But looking back, what does this milestone mean to you personally and professionally?
Oof. When you look at and you say 35 years, it seems like a long, long time, a long period of time. And, I'm so different on so many levels than that scrappy little girl that had to make it no matter what. Because, like, if I didn't make it, I just saw turmoil and heartbreak, and it was just such a compulsion to work. So what do I think? I think a million things. I think how brave that girl, how brave a young woman I was. I charted uncharted territories. I also produced my own record at the time, during that time, and nobody kind of discovered me. So there was a lot of things that I had to do to be seen.
So you've given us, decades of unforgettable music, and now you're bringing this new music to your tour all over the U.S. with the Love Me Tour. Tell us, what can fans expect from this incredible show?
Well, this show is I have the great Mikey Minden as my creative director. I have the great Kevin Teasley as my musical director. This show is now, if you notice how artists are evolving, then you'll also notice when you watch a lot of, it's not just evolving as artists, but where do I see myself evolving? I see myself becoming more just the truth and authenticity, and the visibility will lead its way, I believe.
I mean, there's so many things that admire about you, but one of the things that really stands out is how you give back. As an ambassador for Fit for the Cure with Susan G. Komen, you're helping raise awareness in such a meaningful way. Can you share a little bit about your partnership with Wacol and Dillard's?
This alliance with Wacol, and then of course Fit for the Cure and breast cancer awareness, and everything has turned me into a early detection advocate.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Stay with us. We will be right back. Talk about this brand before, but I am so excited to introduce you to something really fresh and inspiring happening in the lingerie world right now. Avid Love, they have just dropped 4 stunning runway collections, and I'm going to show you one beautiful piece from each. And what I love about Avid Love is that it's not just about being alluring, it's about being you. Authentically sexy you. Their designs are made to move with you, to feel just as good in the middle of the day as they do at night. And there's this fascinating conversation happening right now when Victoria's Secret's sexy meets Avid Love's self. It's creating a whole new story about how we see and celebrate the beautiful female body. So their theme, Day and Night Spark, with the slogan, Feel Your Spark, is all about owning your authentic self, not squeezing into someone else's idea of sexy. So here's the big question everyone's asking. Is Avid Love the next Victoria's Secret or something even better? I think we're ready for a brand that celebrates real women and absolute confidence. And you can explore their collections on the official Avid Love website and follow them on Instagram. Trust me, this is a brand worth watching and wearing. Well, that is it for today on Living Abundantly. And for even more content and inspiration, follow us on my YouTube channel, Living Abundantly with Sarah V. And we will see you next time. And here's to living abundantly.
The proceeding was sponsored by Sarah V. LLC.